Mackenzie, congratulations on the victory, a first-round finish, but not an easy fight. I mean, there was a battle in there. So how did you feel about your performance overall?
Yeah, I'm so happy with my performance. I knew that Hannah wasn't an easy girl. She's so tough. I didn't want to get too much in the clinch with her and being a brawling situation. So when I was in the clinch, I knew I was going to feel her strength, kind of like that, her muscles. It's like, okay, I need to get out of here. So as soon as I was able to get to the takedown, even though I found the bottom, my coaches always say, don't pull guard. If you're on the bottom, that's fine. But we don't want to pull guard. So I got the takedown, went landed on bottom, and I started going into my own world. So I was happy when I saw she wasn't really defending the legs so much.
They don't want you to pull guard just because it's a bad look to pull guard?
No, more just because, ground and pound, the MMA girls, they're good, It's not like, jiu-jitsu where we start going and opening up spaces, It's a lot of elbows and things like that. So even if I have a big advantage in the jiu-jitsu part, if she comes with a good elbow or something, we don't want the judges to give that to them.
Yeah, no doubt. We were definitely impressed by her strength in the clinch as well. I mean, you mentioned that you were kind of prepared. Was she stronger even than you thought she would be, or did you know that would be a tough position for you?
No, she wasn't stronger than I thought. I knew she was going to be. That was definitely the one thing I thought was that her strength, But I mean, I fought Gabby Garcia, who's a big girl, So it's nothing to scare me or anything like that. But didn't want to stay like 3 rounds going against that strength.
Yeah. You impressed with your hands a little bit as well, though. It showed some hand speed. I mean, I imagine you usually want to grapple first versus striking, but is that something you want to show people that you can strike as well?
Not really the world, It's not something I want to show the world, my hands or anything like that. But my opponents, I definitely want my opponents to think about my hands, so it's easier for me to get the takedown. If they're just saying, okay, she's gonna go for a takedown, just go for a takedown. It's kind of hard, They have good defense, so I'm more just trying to work my hands to make me a little bit dangerous for my opponents to be thinking about that too.
Yeah. It looked like she had a moment where she probably could have backed away and gone to the feet, and she stayed engaged with you. Were you surprised that she didn't pull away, and what was going through your head at that point?
No, I thought that she would try to do ground and pound. So as soon as I kind of saw her doing some posture and kind of like leaning into me, I said, okay, I think she's going to try to get some bombs on me. So let me start going underneath and let her, kind of let her lose track of me and say, where's Mackenzie, So that's one of my specialties. I like Leglocks a lot. You can look on YouTube or whatever. A lot of my jiu-jitsu matches is with that. So I was at home at that moment.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, you've had a lot of attention to you since you came to mixed martial arts. What do you want to do next? I mean, I know you got a family as well. So give me an idea. What's the career path from here?
Yeah, my husband, he's a professional surfer, so all his events, they're all canceled for until the end of the year. So I definitely want to take advantage that he's at home helping me with MOA. Usually he's a competitor, so I'm always doing everything with him too, traveling with him, and it's hard for me too to stay on my routine at home. So I definitely want to take advantage that, his events are off, and I can stay with my daughter and train hard and fight Island or whatever the next fight is, get the win streak going.
Hi,
Thank
Mackenzie.
you. Hi.
Hi. I'm curious, in your pre-fight interview, you were adamant that being a mother, being a new mother, was not something that you credit your loss to. So I'm curious if being a mother, you see that as, you want to make sure people don't see that as a weakness.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people were thinking, maybe she doesn't have the drive as much, so maybe she's kind of a little bit more scared to get punches, like a lot of things change when you're a mom, of course, hormones, everything like that. So it's crazy to me. Everyone asks me about my last fight, and I feel like it's good because I think people see a lot of potential and they really believe, and they're trying to find a excuse of why I lost my last fight. But I don't have any excuse of why I lost the fight, Amanda was better than me that day. I trained as hard as I could for that fight. It was nothing because of being a mom, I think that just gives us more strength, At the other interview I did, she asked me about my daughter, and I started to like almost cry because I miss her, and I'm just very proud to be a mom and in this sport and show that that we are strong and we're the same and doesn't change. I think if someone has a knee surgery, they can come back to the fight and always be scared to get punched and to get kicked in the knee. And they could say, oh, that injury changes them, and stuff like that. So I think it's just every person their own, and as long as they believe in themselves and they have that motivation, man, my daughter's my biggest motivation now, you know, bigger than anything I can bring inside of me, so I just see me even stronger.
Why do you think that people view being a mother so differently than they view, like you said, a knee injury or another injury or any kind of something that keeps you out of the game? And why do you think more women don't do both at the same time?
Man, I don't know why people think that being a mom is such a big thing, you know. I think people who get caught, you know, for drug doping, you know, and are out 2 years, and maybe they're used to using something, you know, and man, okay, now I have to be without using my extra stuff, you know. Maybe it could be hard to fight. It's like, man, being a mom is great, you know. Though I think the biggest thing is just our routine, you know. It's the time that the athletes, we have to sleep and rest and just be mentally there. Man, it's hard with a daughter, you know, a baby, you're running around the house, and when you sleep, she's like kicking you and wants to see you, and so just it's a mental thing, you know, more than actually being a bad athlete, you know. So I hope that this proves everyone, you know. I have a big inspiration, Venus, you know, and the Serena Williams, you know, they conquered so much being moms, so it's really good to see like moms proving ourselves.
Mackenzie, was this your first win since the birth of your daughter?
Yes, I fought October was my loss, and now this is my second fight. I know it's like 7 months later, but my second fight and my first win.
Well, congratulations. Does that make the victory any sweeter?
You know, I think like it doesn't really change too much. The victory is a victory, you know. If I think before or after, I think what makes it good is that it was a leg lock in the first one in the women's story. But I think once I get the mom belt, you know, the mom champ, then that will be okay. Now it's a big difference. Good.